Are you ready to bring a sweet cat or kitten into your life? There are some important decisions to consider here. Do you want a kitten? Or do you want an adult cat? There are pluses and minuses to both. Do you want to save a cat from a life in a cat shelter, or maybe even a worse fate than that? Or do you want to adopt from a breeder? There's a lot of questions to consider, and we'll help you through it as we discuss adopting a cat. Now, you want to make sure that you choose the right cat for your personality, for your lifestyle, and for your preferences. Now is a good time to maybe visit a local animal shelter or a rescue organization to meet the different cats and learn about their backgrounds. At the top of this video, I mentioned that you should decide whether you want to adopt a baby kitten or an adult cat. I know everybody loves a sweet baby kitten, but there are other factors to consider before you choose. How old are you? Do you like running around after a kitten? Well, great. But if you'd rather have a pet that has more of an adult temperament, then an adult cat might be just what you need. My youngest cat is 8, and he gets sweeter every day. He was all boy and a bit of a troublemaker when he was a baby, but today he's matured, and at 8, he's a very different cat. As cute as he was when he was a kitten, he's also that much more lovable today as a mature boy. And if you're older and you don't want all the upheaval of a baby, you should consider the many sweet adults that are out there that are looking for a good home to be rescued to. And they even seem to appreciate you that much more. The other option is to do what we did. We fell in love with the ragdoll breed and used a breeder to adopt our cats. This is by far a much more expensive option. For example, you can get a shelter or rescue cat for maybe $150, depending upon where you live. But a breeder is going to charge you a lot more. For example, back in 2005, I paid $700 for Maxie. And in 2016, when we adopted Jack, I paid over $800. If you have your heart set on a specific cat breed, well, you can expect to have it cost you much more. Or you can visit the shelters and you might find what you're looking for right there. It's unfortunate that people sometimes make knee-jerk decisions and adopt an animal without really understanding what it's all about. And when that happens, they sometimes wind up in those places. Okay, so you've checked all those boxes and you're another step closer to sharing your life with a sweet cat companion. What do you need to do to prepare your home for your new arrival? Let's start with setting up a designated area with a cozy bed for your baby to sleep. Cats like warmer temperatures, so you should consider a sunny, quiet place that isn't very drafty, especially if you live in colder climates. You'll need some cat dishes for food and water, and at least one litter box, preferably 2 or more. If you have a large home, a good rule of thumb is that a multi-floor home should have at least 1 litter box on each floor. Also, it's important where you locate them. No one likes to look at a litter box, but you shouldn't hide it away far from where the family action is either. I also wanted to make special mention about doing your research on what you plan to feed your cat. There are many choices on the shelves of the supermarket these days. Many of them are the equivalent to feeding your family cookies for dinner every day. Just like with your children, a good balanced diet for your cats is very important. Cats are carnivores, and they require lots of protein. Many people feed them canned food or dry food or even freeze-dried food. In my experience, it doesn't seem to make that much of a difference, at least not in my cats, as long as you understand that you need to read the cat food labels. Make sure the first ingredients are animal-based proteins, not grains, not fillers. These diets are actually harmful to your cats. While they're cheap, in the long run, it's going to cost you more than the high-quality food because you're going to be spending a lot more time at the vet. Some other items that you'll need to keep your kitty happy, and maybe more importantly your furniture, is scratching posts and cat toys. Idle cats are great when they're sleeping, but idle cats that are bored and awake get destructive. If they get bored, they're going to look for something fun to do. So make sure you place scratching posts where you begin to see them go to scratch. And the toys, like feather wands that you can use to tire out your cat so that destructive energy gets expelled in a positive way. Also, it's important to child-proof your home. Cats will explore the entirety of your home and find everything you have hidden in it and stuff you forgot about. Remember to remove any hazardous items like poisons that your snooping cat might find. Also, walk around and think like a cat a little to locate potential escape routes to ensure your cat's safety. Cat-proofing your home can prevent accidents and create a stress-free environment for your new companion. Making sure to do a thorough check of your home for these possibly dangerous things can save you a lot of money in vet bills, or worse, a lot of heartache. So if you've gotten this far, you're ready to bring your new baby home. It's an exciting time. I remember both times that we went to pick up our new babies. You should also be considering who your vet will be. Maybe you can work with the animal shelter or breeder, and they can give you a respectable vet. Whether you've decided on a kitten or an adult cat, they both have different needs at the vet. So make sure you identify where you'll be taking them. Discuss the current state of your cat's health with whomever you've adopted them from, and make sure that you understand when they need to have their next visit to the vet. If it's a kitten, chances are it's going to be for additional shots. If it's an adult cat, it could be for the yearly rabies shot, or a specific checkup based on the cat's age. It's always best to know where you'll bring your cats when there's no urgency. Now that you've brought your baby home, you can take some time to get to know each other. Remember, cats do not like change, so be very patient with them in those first few days. They may be extremely nervous and timid around you. If you have a big family with loud kids, impress upon them to give the kitty some space to get acclimated and to warm up to the family. This will go a long way towards fostering a good relationship, and it can also save the kids some scratches and bites. Take life slowly and be loving and gentle with them. Start by having fun with them. Use your feather wand. Make them play with you. This is probably the best way to bring a shy cat out of its shell. No cat can resist hunting and catching a feather. Make sure you establish routines with your kitty that they can count on every day. Feeding times, play sessions, and grooming sessions. Cats love routines, and they'll settle in that much easier once they get into the rhythm. By the way, they'll adjust nicely to your schedule. So set these routines up when they're convenient for you and your family, and your cat will take his cue from there. It's important not to yell at cats. It doesn't work with them. Cats will not understand yelling. You'll just confuse and frighten them even more. The best way to fix unwanted behaviors is to simply deflect the behavior to something acceptable. For example, if you see your cat scratching your sofa cushion, the best thing to do is to say no firmly, pick up the cat, and put them on the scratching post so they can scratch there. By substituting the unwanted place to scratch for the desired place to scratch, your cat will learn. Give it a try and place something for your cat to scratch near any areas where you see them scratching. Scratching is not something that you're ever going to be able to stop. It's part of who a cat is. Getting them to scratch in acceptable spots is your answer. Also, a word here about declawing cats. Both breeders that I adopted my cats from made me sign a paper stating that I would never declaw my cats. I signed them gladly. If you think that declawing a cat is okay, then maybe cat guardianship isn't for you. Search the internet to see exactly what they do to cats when they declaw them. It's cruel, and in many states, vets just will not do it. I can do a whole video on this topic, and maybe I will because it's important. Once you and your kitty have settled into your routines together, you'll begin to develop a strong bond. You'll be able to learn quickly by your cat's body language exactly what they like and dislike. This is a good time to make sure that your young children watch my video on respecting cats and their boundaries. It's healthy for them and for your new kitty as well. Keep up your routines with them, and those routines will help to continue to develop stronger and stronger bonds between you, your cat, and your family. Be patient and understanding with them, even when they break the rules. And believe me, they will. I've had my patience tried multiple times over the past 19 years. Sometimes it's hard to control your feelings, and in those moments, I try to remember that adopting a cat isn't just about providing them a home. It's about welcoming them into your family with an open heart and unconditional love and companionship. Sometimes that's easier to say than do. Cat parenting is a significant decision that requires careful thought and preparation. Understand what you're committing to, choose the right cat, and provide a loving and nurturing environment. If you get those steps right, you'll be well on your way to a rewarding and fulfilling relationship. Remember to prioritize your cat's health, happiness, and well-being every step of the way, and you'll reap the countless joys that come along with being a cat parent. One of the biggest benefits of cat guardianship that I've found is that they make us better people for it. They require patience and understanding, which hasn't always been my strong suit. Check out this next video on the ways that your cat will make you a better version of you, and I'll see you there.